Mike Brady, Generosity Wealth Management, with the conclusion of the 7 days of thanks. The purpose of this exercise was to instill in us some gratefulness, some thanks, that as a discipline, as a habit, because nothing is ever perfect, but you know what? There's an awful lot of things to be positive and optimistic about. Sometimes we have to slow down and list them and remind ourselves of all the things that are right in our world. There were a lot of people who participated. About half were my clients, the other half were in other areas of my life. Friends who are in my Rotary world or in my fraternity world. I play cards, people who in my dojo. So it was great to have so many different areas participating. Even if you didn't, I know there were a lot of people who said, Mike, I'm not filling out the form, but I'm answering it for myself. Well, you know what? You were a winner for doing that. That was the purpose of the exercise. So everyone who participated this past week got an entry. So there were between 200 and 300 entries over the last week. And so the winner of $500 towards a charity of that person's choice is Chris G. Chris, he chose the Colorado Coalition for the Homeless, a 30-year organization that helps 20,000 individuals and families every year who are currently unhoused. So thank you, Chris, for choosing a wonderful organization, and the information should be up on the screen. Now, the second pool that I talked about at the beginning of the week were for those who participated every single day. And I thought to myself there might be 2 or 3 people who would do that. I was actually kind of hoping that there'd be at least one person. Well, there were 21 of you who participated every single day and who are in the second pool for another $500. The winner of that is Kathy M. from California, and she chose the International Rescue Committee, an organization that is in many different countries, Ukraine, Gaza, Southeast Asia, and they help with food, with clothing, with shelter, so many different things that they do that I don't even have time to list them, but the information is up on the screen. So it is an organization that Kathy has investigated, that is a part of her giving, and so of course it is now part of our giving in Kathy's name. So thank you, Kathy, for selecting that. So that's what I said at the beginning of the week, those 2 pools. But you know what? There was one person who participated every single day, and she was relentless in the social media. She would repost mine. She would repost it from my business page, and then she would reply on to my post, and then she would fill out the Google form, and she did this on Facebook and LinkedIn, just everywhere. And there was no way that I was going to let the entire week go by without acknowledging and donating $500 in her name to a charity. Her name is Ruthie G, and the charity that she usually chooses is the Rotary Foundation, which is a wonderful organization kind of associated with the Rotary International. It is a foundation that has helped with global projects and polio, etc. But she's like, Mike, that's where I usually give my money, but in support. But this year, I'm so motivated by the work that you're doing in your international adoption and hosting Frontier Horizon that I want to give $500 towards the trip that you're going to make at the end of January towards Camp Say Yes, our winter camp for kids in Ukraine at the end of January. Now, to sponsor a child, it's actually $596. So, of course, I'm going to round it up to $596. And a child will get to go, a child from central and eastern Ukraine, war zone, will be sent for a week to western Ukraine, where I will be, to go to a camp, to get away from it for a while in Ruthie's name. So thank you, Ruthie, for sponsoring a child at Frontier Horizons Winter Camp Say Yes. So thank you to Chris G, to Kathy M, to Ruthie G, for the 3 of you, for your wonderful charitable organizations that we're going to put make some contributions in your name. Thank you to everyone who participated. The purpose of this is to be thankful, to be grateful. I hope that this is a new habit for you, and that you, going forward, will always remember life is good, and and it's better for having you in it. So thank you so much, and you have a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year. We'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.